The views expressed in this blog are hosted on my own website, are strictly personal, and do not reflect the views of any organization.
Hello and welcome friends once again to Straight Bat, my weekly video blog where, as the title suggests, I comment with a straight bat. Now, in the last 1 week, one name has dominated the headlines, this time for all the wrong reasons. Gautam Adani, who only till a few days ago was not only just India's richest businessman, but was also seen as the world's third richest. He suddenly found his share value drip dramatically, $100 billion and counting when this video blog is being recorded, and now is at the heart also of a political tangle that is echoing in Parliament and beyond. Ever since a report from a US-based research investment firm, Hindenburg Research, on the 24th of January, accused the Adani Group of serious financial wrongdoings, from stock manipulation to fake accounting to money laundering through a web of shell companies, the Adanis are struggling to cope with the fallout. Now, I have very limited knowledge of this market world, or indeed the financial world, so I shall stay away from opining on the merits or otherwise of that Hindenburg report. But what I do understand a bit better is the political universe, and it is in that context that today's Straight Bat explores just why Gautam Adani has become such a political hot potato. You see, Gautam Bhai is not just another very wealthy businessman. He's perceived also to be a very good friend of India's Neta number one, Prime Minister Narendra Modi. So when you are seen to be that proximate to a political leader, and then importantly the exponential rise in your business empire coincides with the equally dramatic rise in the political clout of the big leader, questions will be asked. In fact, Rahul Gandhi has been raising these questions for years now, questions that have been mostly ignored by Prime Minister Modi. You see, when you have won 2 consecutive elections with such big majorities, when the Congress has been reduced to its lowest numbers in Parliament, then you perhaps don't see even the necessity to answer inconvenient questions, not just from the media, but also from the opposition. In a way, Mr. Modi answered that Adani question on the very day he landed in Delhi in May 2014, after having won the Lok Sabha elections, all set to become the Prime Minister of the country. He landed in Delhi in an Adani private plane, one that he had used routinely in that 2014 election campaign. In that key moment, when he stepped onto the tarmac with the Adani plane logo in the background right behind him, it seemed as if Mr. Modi was sending out a very clear signal. Mr. Adani, or Gautam Bhai, is my friend, and I am not going to answer or be apologetic about my relationship with him. It's a friendship that goes back to their days in Gujarat. Gautam Bhai as an ambitious first-generation entrepreneur, and Narendra Bhai as an ambitious first-generation politician. It was a relationship of mutual convenience, some would say even mutual admiration. Narendra Bhai, keen to be seen as a business-friendly Vikas Purush CEO of Gujarat, and Gautam Bhai, keen to be seen as more than just an oil and plastics trader, but an executor of big-ticket projects. The turning point in their equation comes when the 2002 riots happened, and some CII leaders criticized Chief Minister Modi. Gautam Bhai was among the few who stood by Narendra Bhai and even established a rival organization along with other Gujarat-based businessmen called the Resurgent Gujarat Group, and they threatened to leave the CII. He also helped the Vibrant Gujarat Summit take off really by promising major investments in Gujarat. From that moment on, Gautam Bhai was, is, and has been a part of Narendra Bhai's inner circle. Now, Gautam Bhai and Narendra Bhai may be joint at the hip. They are joint at the hip. But here is the catch. Gautam Bhai is Mr. Modi's go-to businessman of choice. But I do know of a few other top politicians for whom he is also now Hamare Gautam Bhai. Take a look at this picture carefully here. It shows Gautam Bhai with a range of political leaders from left to right. Mamta Banerjee, Ashok Gehlot, Jagan Reddy, Naveen Patnaik, Sharad Pawar, why even good old Raj Thackeray. I should have included probably Kerala CPIM leader Pinarayi Vijayan's image too, since Kerala also is one of the states where the Adani Group has now major interests. It signed a solar energy project with the government and is also developing India's first transshipment port near Trivandrum. Adani, in fact, as we speak, has built, is building or is negotiating with contracts and projects in 22 states and counting. Take a look now at this map here. It provides a small glimpse into just how wide the Adani network today is. From container terminals to ports, where it controls 30% of India's ports now, to logistic parks, to of course mining, to power projects, to also airports. The geographical spread of the Adani network means that Gautam Adani or Gautam Bhai is no longer just a modified phenomenon. Modified. In fact, when asked once in a private conversation who is the politician he has the closest personal equation with, Adani answered, interestingly, Sharad Pawar. Pawar reportedly is the one politician who Adani routinely hosts at his residence when the Maharashtra strongman comes calling to Ahmedabad. Not surprisingly, when the Congress has been pushing in Parliament for a JPC inquiry into the Adani affair, the NCP has been a little bit more ambivalent on the issue. The Trinamool Congress may have sent a representative to the all-party meeting in Parliament, but Mamta Banerjee too doesn't want to ratchet up the rhetoric, it appears, beyond a point. Adani, remember, is developing the deep-sea Tajpur port project in Bengal. Nor have Ashok Gehlot or Bhupesh Baghel or Kamal Nath of the Congress spoken out. Adani has major power and mining investments in Chhattisgarh and a renewable energy project in the works in Rajasthan. The Adani's controversial Pench power project was revived just before the Kamal Nath government fell in Madhya Pradesh in 2020. The project is located in Kamal Nath's home district of Chhindwara. So here is the truism. Gautam Bhai and Narendra Bhai may be buddies, if I may use the word, but the Adani Group interests now cut across the party and state divides. And the reason for that is simple. Most states today are cash-strapped. Most states today do not have the executing capacity to build the necessary big-ticket projects in the infrastructure sector. Most states and their leaders are desperate for funds. Most states need an Adani now as much as he needs them. In fact, one might even call this a case of cooperative cronyism. Adani is not the first beneficiary of the system. He won't be the last. Let's also be honest here. The Adani Group is no longer therefore a localized chit fund operation which is going to implode overnight. He is more like the Dhirubhai Ambani of our times. Someone with the business acumen and political clout to build big for the future. Yes, that special equation he has with Narendra Modi has undoubtedly been a game changer. You could argue has given him preferential treatment, but the fact is that the Gujarat tycoon now controls real nationwide assets which at some stage or the other will generate cash flows. In the meantime, raising questions over the source of funding, over being over-leveraged, over high debt, of exposure of public institutions like LIC and SBI, of building the near monopolies in these key infrastructure sectors, of the quality of corporate governance are certainly valid questions to raise. But please don't expect the answers from a compromised political leadership, which at the end of the day has its own vested interests in promoting Gautam Bhai. Those, in fact, are the questions that must be raised by the banking, market, and infrastructure regulators to investigate and answer in an honest and transparent manner. Either way, for all the political outrage in Parliament and the turbulence in the stock markets, just don't expect too much to change too soon. We need to recognize that this is how many businesses have been built in this country, in Hamara India, by Hamare Gautam Bhai and many others before him. Do think about it. That was the Straight Bat. Do of course subscribe to my YouTube channel for many more such videos. For now, stay well, stay safe. Jai Hind, Namaskar.